Oh yeah, yeah, copyright.
Copyright. Yeah, you can't do that. Yeah. Yeah, because you can't do that. Cause I hear Mano got a podcast and he uses this wrestling music. I
Oh
listen to
wow.
Mano Kitchen Talk. That's a good podcast.
Okay, all right, so doing the podcast, okay, and talking about different situations or the situation that we're talking about,
Yes.
that you're making people aware of, okay, we had to not make it so hard, but we had to make it light and enjoyable just as well,
Okay.
right? So that way you keep people attention span,
Right.
because sometimes you can be so hard you could rock somebody to sleep,
Right.
but we don't want to do that.
Well, I'm going in, so they're gonna be like, is Kevin gonna hit?
We want to
Umar?
make it, to the point that it's like grasping, that you just want it all.
Right.
That you want it all.
Mhm.
That it's a subject, that draws everybody in. Young, old, blind, no matter what color.
That's right. You can't disenfranchise anybody.
But it looked like the
affects
professor. He
everyone.
wants to say
Yeah.
something, don't you? You want to say something?
I'm listening.
Just
I'm always
listen.
intrigued.
Yeah,
I want to learn.
yeah, because
If I don't know, I'm gonna try to learn
yeah,
it.
because
Right.
it affects all. Just like over in the Philippines, right, where they got like a lot of cleft
First, you
lips,
need a chair.
Real okay.
First, you need a chair.
Okay, hold on. So, she was funny. She was funny like Jenny.
That's right.
So they got a lot of cleft lips over there, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they also had blindness. Okay, that's all around the world, right? But it's
But
not
Chris,
enough.
but only thing I'm saying, and I think it's becoming a little clearer to me now, is that when we think about blind, people usually think about food, clothing, and shelter. But the blind world is much more complicated than that.
Yeah, it's a lot more complicated.
And that's
than
that's
that.
the only thing I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make people think
It's
it's
like-
much more complicated, but you can make money in the world. of
It's
blind.
like turn it on. You wake up, the light is on, right? But then you turn around, the light just goes out and it stays out.
But how
So,
many
it's
episodes
more
can you get
complicated.
from that subject right there? How many episodes can you get from?
It's real complicated.
Yeah,
But how many episodes can you get from it?
man, I
though?
get numerous.
A lot.
No,
That's a lot.
you
Oh,
can't
yes,
get.
I can think of
It's
the world.
endless.
No, it's
Because his
not.
mind is closed.
No, it's not. It's
Mine
not.
is
No,
closed.
I'm living it. You talking about I'm living it. You not living it. I'm living it every day.
Brother,
I'm
I
living it.
learned from you.
Yeah, but I'm living it. You're
I
not living
learned
it.
from you.
But you're not living it. It's different from. It's different. Like what they say. Like a drug addict. Like a counselor can't tell who never used drugs about a drug addict about how it feel to be sick.
Right.
Like how can you tell that person he throwing up the line in his stomach and you tell him you empathize? I know how it feels.
But that's
You
one
cannot.
episode.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is this though. But you can't tell me nothing about it because I live it every day.
I know, but there's many episodes coming.
Yeah, but
And you keep closing the door.
no,
And
because
somebody thinks beyond that,
because the
close
thing is
door.
you can't keep.
Because you want your way.
No, I
You
don't
want
want
your
my
way.
way.
Yes,
But
you
I
do.
know I don't want to talk 1,000 episodes about it because you're gonna turn people off. Like it's just like TV shows.
Kevin.
You think the Cosby Show started episode 1 and it kept running episode 1? I'm gonna talk about blindness 1 episode. I'm gonna talk about blindness episode 100. Nah, I can't because you're gonna run people out. They be like, yo, why ain't we listening to Kevin Umar and Tim podcast? Can you talk about the same old shit?
Well, you gotta have something in between.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. You want to talk about the same
Let
old
me
shit?
say something though. Let me say something.
Kmart.
Uncle Chris.
Let me say something.
Kmart.
Now his doors are closed. His mind
No,
is
it's not.
closed.
I already know what I'm gonna do. I already got my plans.
But now you can take it to it and go home.
Let me say this to y'all though.
Yes.
Right? Because we have a problem because they're always trying to figure out why the radio's not working. So right now you can't do it. Right? You can take your pictures.
What you did to
I didn't do nothing to it. So you blaming me again? You did that before.
You can do, I mean, it's up to you. Um, we can shoot it on these cameras right here. Not exactly what I wanted, but
He's taking the cover off of a cell phone.
Yeah, so like I said, okay, and during the podcast, we had to have other subjects just as well to talk about.
Yeah, I told him it's like the news, different segments.
Yeah.
Yeah, different
we wanna
segments.
do,
I said that.
You know, business subject, well, all is gonna be business, so, you know, we have a construction subject and,
Hold on, Tim, come on.
business. You know, Kevin's interested in the hair product.
Yeah,
Well, he
but
didn't run a lot of different
but
products.
I'm not gonna put that out there till
Not yet.
we have everything there. I'm not gonna put it out, like, everything gotta be there. Like when the hair put out there, we're gonna have that in hand. I'm not gonna put it out there unless it's in hand. I can have it on the podcast to advertise and show. I'm gonna, you know, I ain't gonna show my whole hand unless I got my whole hand. You know, like there's a method behind my madness.
This is the
Okay.
Omar got a variety of things. He
Yeah,
wants to
Omar
talk
got a
about.
variety of things to talk about.
But I'm just saying, Kevin's not ready to receive
It's a
them.
microphone.
I'm
Yeah,
not,
he's
I'm
not
not.
ready to receive it.
I'm listen. I'm gonna do my thing and I'm gonna let them do their thing.
Listen to him. He's saying, if you can't play, but
Nah, because
I
no,
will take my
because
toys and go home.
no, I didn't
Listen
say
to
that.
him.
I did not
Listen
say
to
that.
him.
I'm still gonna be
Listen,
down.
Chris,
I'm just gonna let
We
you
all
ride.
gonna play
I'm just
together.
gonna let no. I'm gonna let
Chris,
you
listen
crash
to
the
him.
car like you
You
used
see
to.
what I'm saying? He gonna let me crash the car, or he gonna take the pills and go home.
I'm gonna take the
He was saying he's
keys.
gonna
I
take
can't
the-
drive.
Oh my
Anyway,
goodness, he
you
said he
drive.
gonna take the car.
He's gonna take the car. What he said? If y'all can't do it this way, I got another way to do it.
Oh.
I can do my way.
No, because listen. Let me tell you something. Right? Let me tell you
He's doing
something.
it our way.
No, let me tell you something. Okay.
He's not
Listen.
willing to compromise.
I am willing to.
He's not
Have I
willing
been
to
compromising, Tim?
Yeah, you willing to compromise?
Okay, there you go.
You say you willing.
I've been compromising ever since I met Umar. I'm not gonna do it no more though.
Don't do it anymore. Don't do
Yeah,
it anymore.
I'm going to.
I'm always.
Why you feel it? Would you say you feel like you've been compromising?
Yeah, I always do. That's my brother.
Yeah.
I don't.
I love him like cooked food.
What I'm saying to you, he said if we don't do it this way,
I did
you
not
take
say
it
that.
to us. Yes,
I
you
did not.
did.
I ain't gonna take it
Say
to
it
us.
again. God knows that.
I didn't. I said
You said you're gonna do it your way.
no.
You're
I
not gonna
said.
do it
I
your
said.
way.
I said. I'm gonna still be down. I'm just gonna do my own little thing because I gotta eat. You don't need to eat. I need to eat.
Yeah, everybody.
I have different. We have a
You know
different
what-
agenda.
what
I
he
told
said
you.
to me-
I told you my grandson needs me. I told you that.
Go ahead and tell him what you said.
I told you my grandson needs me. And I had to be successful for him. And I told you my needs and your needs are two different needs.
What's the difference? Why are these different?
Huh?
Why are these different?
You tell me.
No, you tell him. You're the one that started this.
No, I
Tell why I
didn't.
need
No, you
different.
tell me troublemaker.
No.
You said you started this.
Tell him why I need different.
Nope.
That it was a difference that he.
Huh?
You said it's a difference that he needs it.
Well, tell him what's the difference between me and him. He said my needs are different, and I've achieved my needs.
Right.
Now I have to start about his needs.
Oh,
You tell him.
Yeah, something like.
yeah.
I already
Which,
told her.
No, you give it to you. I don't want to speak
Yeah.
for you. You speak for
Hey,
You
you.
don't wanna
I'm
speak
in
to
a
me?
meeting
Speak
now.
for you.
Can I call you back?
Kevin, stop it.
No, listen. Umar is comfortable where he's at, and I'm fine with that. I'm not comfortable where I'm at. My grandson needs me. My grandson lives with the other grandparents. And you know
Okay.
what? They don't treat him like I would treat him, okay? So
Right.
therefore, I got custody of him, but I don't have physical custody of him. I have paperwork custody of him. My grandson needs me. You know, I'm gonna get him back. But I can't sit here and wait for Umar to make me successful. I had to make myself successful. You understand what I'm saying? So if I sit and wait on him, I'm not gonna be successful. So I had to take the bull by the horns myself and make myself
Well,
successful.
everybody had to play their own part in
Absolutely,
becoming
yeah.
successful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody.
So I don't want
But
to
it's
continue.
to
I don't
come
want to
together
continue.
though.
Yeah, right.
Well,
I
his
don't want to continue
concept
to
is
wait.
that I'm successful, and I'm gonna let him be successful.
No, I didn't say that. No, I said you're
That's what
comfortable.
you-
I said you're comfortable
Okay, so
where
say-
you're at,
Tell
and I'm not.
Say this to them. Say it to them.
Yes, brother.
Don't say it to me.
Oh, you want to talk to me right now?
No, I'm talking to you.
Okay.
I want them to hear what you're saying.
I said he's comfortable in his position right now, and that's fine because he paid his dues to be comfortable. I'm not comfortable where I'm at.
Make it clear.
So therefore,
But Omar,
I feel as though he.
Omar is still hungry.
Who?
Thank you, my dear.
Omar's not hungry. Omar's fed. He's good.
How can you say that,
He's
Kevin?
just not as hungry as we are.
Okay, there we go. There
Me
we
and
go. Okay,
Kevin.
there you go. Okay.
How
Okay.
can y'all
Do
say
you
that?
concur? Do you
Tim,
concur,
how
Tim?
can y'all say that?
Yeah, I can't really speak for him.
Right,
I'm
right.
just looking, you know, from what I see on the outside.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
Okay. but you're not on the inside looking out.
Right.
There you
I
go.
mean,
Kevin.
he could have a whole lot, but they could be, people got a whole lot of issues.
Yeah.
Because when
Yeah.
a billionaire guy commits suicide, you say, what the hell
Hey,
happened?
they just did that.
Who did that?
They
Who
just
did that?
What's that guy Williams, that actor? He committed
He
suicide.
committed suicide.
He had a lot of money,
A lot of money.
you know. And there's
Recently,
plenty of other, people with a lot of money.
Within the last
Listen,
3 days, you had a
Make it clear,
billionaire
don't
commit
talk to Billy.
suicide.
Make it clear.
Cool.
Make it
Listen,
not talk
Money
to
is,
him.
it's not the answer to all, our
That's right.
situations. Sure,
Money is not.
I want more, I like
it's
to
not
have
the
more.
key. It's not the
You know
key
what I
to
mean?
happiness.
And,
it sure helped it.
Yeah, it definitely a habit. It's definitely a habit. But there's other things you want to accomplish Right? to
Yeah.
fulfill, your mind,
Right,
True.
to fulfill your cup.
yeah.
He think that I'm not as hungry as he is. So I don't bring this thirst or hunger to the situation.
Yeah, you
Because
do.
I'm satisfied. And I'm telling you, he doesn't know me that well.
Yes,
I'm not.
you do, because you put up the outline of everything.
You know how long I had to
You
press
stepped
Umar
before.
to bring an outline up? You know how long I had to I had to put Umar on the figure four like we wrestling. I had to grab his leg, the back, sciatic leg. And
That's love he's showing
I
right
had to
there.
grab his
boy.
leg and
I-
I had
what
to
I'm-
grab,
what
I
I'm
had to grab
telling
his
him-
leg and
what
his
I'm telling
arm
him,
and everything.
He said that I don't have the same level of hunger that he has. So I'm comfortable. And I'm saying I'm comfortable, but you're
I
not
don't
comfortable.
say you're being comfortable.
Yeah, I'm
He's made perceptions. Brother tell him certain things, so he has perception of me.
who told me certain things?
He did. The guy next to you, Tim.
Oh, man, stop it, man.
You don't want
Man, you my brother, man. Listen,
I'm your
listen.
brother.
I
I'll tell you
love
that.
you like cooked food, man.
Brother,
Like I told you
who
just
told
now.
you
Well,
that?
how many
No,
times you
no,
gonna
I
cook the same
listen.
meal?
You know why? Because I sometimes I just think you don't got to move on my accord, but I be ready to move, and then you don't be ready to move, and I be ready to move. So sometimes, I got to move how I got to move, and I got to be cool how I be cool.
Kevin, who was the one that said put together an outline? And
Who?
you thought it was just.
I put you in the figure four to do that, though. I was pressing you to do that.
But he did.
I did
though,
not
Kevin.
press you to do it.
No, you did not.
Okay.
No, you didn't like the fact that I was doing that. I was slowing everything down. You wanted to move now. And I'm saying we're not ready to move now, Kevin.
Okay, so
I'm saying we're not ready.
Umar want to have he want to have meetings every day of the year and then move next year. Like I said, we missed a lot of. Tim, did we miss a lot of opportunities?
Yeah.
Okay, that's it.
Tell them how this thing started about. When we got together and I introduced the concept of houses, then he wanted to do houses.
Okay.
Then
Yeah,
Yeah,
somebody
but
wanted
you
to
keep
come.
introducing me, and then we don't do nothing.
Yeah.
So that's my point. We said, yo, I'm gonna give you a piece of this cake, and you know I love cake, and they give me a piece of it, and then you take the whole shit and just run off.
Yeah, we supposed to start this LLC construction or business. You know what? Going on 3 months now, maybe. And we didn't get that off the ground.
Why?
Because we wanted to use that to be, the jumping off point to get somebody to write grants.
But
And
the
that
fact
kind
of
of
the
just
matter
dragged on, just dragged on.
every time we introduce an idea,
We need to
they
go
wanna
back
do
to that.
idea. And when another idea is introduced, they want to do that one. I'm saying to them, slow down, let's get one thing first. Understand that.
Right.
So when we were talking about doing the podcast, I said we have to have an outline, what we want to talk about, what we want to do.
Right.
And then Kevin thought he wanted to record. He wanted to jump right in and start recording. I said, Kevin, we can't record until we have an outline. What do we want to do?
Right.
We have a short-term plan and a long-term plan. He doesn't like the idea of planning. because
I
it
do,
slows him
I
down.
love-
He
I
said we
love-
got to do it now.
Listen, we missed so many opportunities, man.
Tell
I told them before, listen, yo, right now, Amazon selling houses online for $19,000 to $20,000. Didn't I tell them that, Tim?
Yeah.
How long ago?
Yeah, we looked
How
at
long
that.
ago?
That
How long
was a
ago?
tiny house.
How long ago?
3 months, I guess.
The
3
tiny
months
house.
ago. Way before the craze was coming in, right? I told them way before I said, yo, let's jump on this. We was even thinking about buying rail cars and converting them. Way before this craze came in. 90 days, we 90 days ahead of game.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
now
And then now everyone doing it.
Let's put it in
Amazon
context.
houses.
What he's talking about hasn't been a year. Hasn't been a whole
Okay,
year.
but it's too,
So it
everyone
jumped from
doing it now.
Tiny
It's too
houses,
late.
Right.
using rail cars.
I know y'all being recorded, right?
I know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to
wow.
explain.
You gonna edit
I'm
it.
explaining
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I'm saying, you wanted to talk
But
about,
this real conversation.
Yeah,
though,
that's
I
absolutely.
get a
It's
lot
the
of
best.
enthusiasm from y'all because
Mhm.
these two brothers are saying, look, because we blind, I'm not standing still. I'm ready to go, and that's basically what you. That's basically what you.
and what I'm saying, we're not standing still. We're having brainstorming sessions. But I'm saying, at some point, you got to organize it. Put it down on paper so you can see it, so you can organize it.
But at some
But
point
what
you gotta
Kevin
go
was
through
saying,
though.
what Kevin was saying, if we can't record today, I don't want to come in there anymore. Because
Yeah,
I want to do it right now. I want to start
Say
that.
that, Kevin.
Absolutely, because we keep doing the same thing. Oh, okay, how many times I gotta go see this girl and we ain't doing nothing? I'm trying to bump the grind, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I can sit home by my damn
Use that
self.
analogy, but I
Put it
get
in the context of time.
You know what I
What
mean?
we talking
I
about?
don't
We're
need
talking
to do
about
that.
moving from cars to buying houses, to building tiny houses. All the things that we talked about was all done within a period of 6 months, 6 weeks. And I'm saying, Kevin, we have to focus. We
Okay.
have to focus.
But listen, Tim. I mean, okay, hold up, Chris. I'm Chris. He left. Okay, Uncle Chris know me, right? Okay, I used to sell cars. I was a registered behavioral therapist. I work with the autistic population, children and adults. I did that. I sold hair. I did houses. I mean, I could walk and chew gum at the same time, and I was successful at doing all of that. You know what I'm saying? I used to send people here. Uncle Chris tell you for credit. That's how I met Uncle Chris.
Right.
Send people for credit sweepers. Me and Scott at wholesale outlet on Wabash Avenue. Send people get their credit straightened out. You guys did a wonderful job with people. You know what I'm saying? People used to be approved for Mazdas and 626s, and then we sell them there, they get Benzes. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, so, so I can walk and chew gum at the same time. This is what I'm trying to tell him. Okay, cognitively, I'm fine. I can't see, but I'm fine cognitively. I can do this. My mind don't stop working. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Like,
no.
I
Meaning
have
that
the
you can
knowledge.
see.
I like this footage because this is raw footage.
Yes,
right?
it is.
Yeah.
You know,
This is real footage.
I had
So
the
this is
knowledge.
good.
You know,
Keep
I had
up
the
the
knowledge.
dialogue, the conversation because it's great footage.
Yeah, it is.
You know?
So what I'm saying to him, Kevin think because I have my higher education, I've achieved the doctorates. He think that I don't understand what he wants because I have the education, because I had a house built. He think I don't understand about how to build a house. I'm saying I understand about wealth and I understand that I need the wealth and I know how to share the wealth. I'm saying you just have to plan, one step at a time. Plan it. Just because you know how to walk and because you know how to run, you have to plan like where you want to run and why you running there. That's the only thing I'm saying. Where you want to run and why you want to get there. That's what you should understand. And you'll enjoy your trip, little brother. I'm saying success is planning. There's nothing wrong with planning. It depends on how successful you want. And I'm saying in the world of blind, people tend to think people in the world of blind, they want food, clothing, and shelter. And by meeting with Kevin, I understand they need much more than that. It's much more complicated. They want to understand about investments. They want to know how to make short-term money. They want to know how to make long-term money. They want to understand how to live in a hut, and they want to live in a castle. They're not limited. Their world is full of different things and imagination. And that's what I'm trying to project to the people. Come to the world of the blind, and you'll see that we just don't want food, clothing, and shelter. Even though I'm not blind, we want the same thing that you want. Like black folks, they want the same thing that everybody else wants. So don't limit us to chitlins and pig feet. They want to live high on the hog. And I'm saying, Kevin, we can all do that, but let's plan it.
But I don't
That's
want to
not the
pigeonhole. But you still pigeonhole when you
Understand
talk
what-
about the blind. I don't want to pigeonhole it because again, when you talk about just the world of the blind, you still pigeonhole it. I don't want to pigeonhole it because I want to be like a buckshot. I want to go like,
Right.
you know what I mean? When you say the world of the blind, you still like this. I don't want to do that. That's not where we come
Kevin,
from.
when did you become blind? Like,
I became blind let me see, June this past week 2 years ago because of diabetes. And and it's like it's really it was really difficult because imagine this everything's being snatched away from me. I was driving, I was a doting grandfather. I was down South Carolina. I was actually down I have land down South Carolina. I had 10.9 acres of land that was given to me from my mother and my father. It's called Ayers Land. It was inherited to me, and I was going down there to build a house for me and my grandson, and my sight started to go, you know. And down south, the healthcare system is in shambles as far as, like, I mean, compared to here, it's like a apple on a grape, you know. And I began to lose my sight, and it was like really, really crazy for me, you know what I mean? Like, I had my car down there, and I you know, the lines began to be blurred in the road and things like that, and I thought I was, you know, gonna be down in South Carolina for the rest of my life, and I had to drop everything and come back to Maryland. Couldn't even build my house or nothing, you know. And I had to give my grandson up to the other grandparents because my daughter don't do nothing for him. I had my grandson since he was 5 days old, and it really hurt me. And like I said, I made a promise to God and my grandson that I would take care of him, and I still do. But he needs to be with his papa, Kevin. He loves his papa so much, you know, and I love him. I was just with him last weekend, and you know, every time he's there, he's like, Papa Kevin, when am I coming to see you? You know, when am I coming to stay with you? You know what I mean? And so this is why I'm saying to him, I always tell him, don't I tell you I need to get my grandson Umar?
Yes, you do.
And that's my goal. Like, I need to get a home and get my grandson. Me and him need to be together. That's my pride and joy, you know.
So do they have like housing and places for people that are blind and or just being blind? Do they help like any nonprofits or anything?
No, no. There's nothing really there. This is another reason why we want to do this podcast, to really shine a light. Like, we intended to send letters to the mayor and to the news and hold them accountable. Like, you know, what's going on?
Right.
You know, we need to hold people accountable for things.
What's the accountability though? What's the expectation?
I believe that there's a lot of state money available. For instance, for example, like we've talked about this on North Avenue, North and what is it, Broadway? They have a big building there. You know, Tim. We have people with construction experience. Tim is a licensed master plumber, and his brother is
Tim is.
Tim. Yes, he's a master plumber.
Tim the plumber.
And
Yes.
so
Yeah.
when did you become blind? Tim?
Okay, I became blind in 05.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I was working in construction, plumbing, and my older brother and younger brother. And so, you know, when I met Kevin last year, you know, so he spoke, you know, I had always kept working with my brothers, helping them with the limited vision I got. And so when he was talking about that Section H is not fulfilling the role, you know, of disability people who need housing, and even smart housing, you know, with technology in there, you know, lights turn on, you know, by verbal command and stuff like that, and other kind of, you know, technology that can go in a house. And so we started talking about, you know, starting a business, construction business, you know, get a name, you know, LLC, and there's grant money available that one of his friends saying, you know, get the LLC, and then they could start writing grants and see what kind of money we could accumulate, you know, to renovate housing, buy a house. City got plenty of them that's available, you know, low tax sales, or they got liens on them. Maybe we build this grant money up, we purchase one house and get going, and have assisted living like what Kevin is involved living in. You know, rent rooms. He's saying people are paying $700-800 a room. You know, we can take a house and make 4 or 5 bedrooms in them, the basement, the living room, and 3 bedrooms upstairs, depending on how big the house is.
So let me just share with you just for 1 second. There's 16,852 vacant properties in Baltimore City. Baltimore City only owns 670 of those properties. Alright, so that's why they're still vacant, because they're still under ownership of the individual that actually owns those properties.
Right.
So Baltimore City don't own all those properties.
And another thing, I run across people all the time, me and my brothers, elderly people who are living in homes and they're in real bad shape. You know, it's like their families have given up on them. They just like waiting on the sideline for them to pass away. They swoop down and grab the home,
Right.
you know, and maybe renovate it, sell it, or live in it themselves. And, you know, so there's like, you know, the housings are out there, you know, go to the private owners, like, you know, like the brother was saying, and, see if they wanna, you know, sell them at some low cost,
Right.
you know.
Cause I know like the professor and Kevin said something about like the type of houses that they would
See,
give
this
them.
is what I did.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in government most of my career, and I retired in 2012.
Right.
But I still have this drive to make money and to develop Baltimore. There are 276 neighborhoods in Baltimore, and people seem to think that all of Baltimore are thieves, and there's rundown houses. All the neighborhoods are run down, and I'm telling them it's not, because I've invested time and energy to understand this problem, and I've done it for a period of time. So when they start talking about buying houses and fixing them up, that's a good idea. But how can you sustain that?
Right.
How can you sustain it? You can do one or two, but how can you sustain yourself and your family in that environment? These brothers are very close to me.
Yeah.
So I've done this. So I try to introduce the ideas slowly,
Right.
and to introduce that you got to understand what you're doing and how can you sustain it. I work with this concept called smart growth, limiting growth in areas that's needed, where growth is really needed. Not to having growth go to the hinterlands where there's no water or sewage in the ground. There's just stuff out there, land. And land is a driving factor, but not only the only driving factor. When you move further and further out, giving sprawl, it means that the government has got to put water and sewer in the ground. So the state of Maryland said, we're not going to put any more water and sewage in the ground. You're going to develop where you're at now. You're going to develop in areas that's already developed. It's called smart growth. It was introduced by Schaefer and followed up by a couple of other governors. Paris Glendenning being one. So I understood the concept. We could do it, but we gotta have to be able to sustain it. And we gotta understand what we need to develop it. I just don't want to make money. I want to make smart money,
Right.
and I want it to be sustained, be able to sustain it.
Right.
But if we just do it and don't have a plan, we can't sustain it.
So as far as like the blind, like how is the housing or the places that they normally
Because
put
what
them?
happened-
Are they nice or?
No, they're not nice.
Oh my God.
They're making money off the blind.
Wow.
And that's not fair. When I met Kevin, I understood and began to understand the conditions of the blindness. They begin to ring off of my head that they're not treating these folks right. And they're giving them opportunity. They give them give them enough food to survive with, but you're not giving me enough food for me to grow strong.
Right.
You follow what I'm saying? They're not giving enough sustenance for them to grow.
Right.
They give them enough to keep them alive. And that's why I'm saying we need enough to grow and grow strong.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. We have to plan and plan in the most effective way. But the brother is saying that he wants to run and he wants to do it now.
Right.
And I'm saying you can do it, you can do it now, and you can maintain it. Let's look at it in a holistic sense. Let's look how we can do it and maintain it. That's the only thing I'm saying. How can we sustain it?
Okay.
But you can. We've been planning for so long, we haven't done anything, and it's frustrating. I don't want to continue to tread water. So, I mean, at some point you have to go. You have to hit the go button. Like, we gonna plan for? We gonna plan for a year, 2 years, 3 years? I don't want to do that.
What I'm saying to
do
Kevin
that.
is that we changed direction so many times.
Yeah, but again,
we haven't done anything.
Again, to you, I can walk and chew gum at the same time. I keep telling you that.
I
like,
told you I can't.
Okay, well then you need to learn.
I can't.
Okay, well,
I've chewed enough gum to know.
okay,
I
then,
can't do it.
then listen. Hire someone who could help you then.
Only thing, but I have an obligation to make sure that you grow strong.
Okay.
I'm not just for myself. I don't want you to have disappointment. I know what I face, and I know the trepidations of growing, and I have a plan to sustain it. So I just can't put you out there knowing you're gonna fail. And I'm saying we gotta plan properly.
Right.
Well, I mean,
It's a good dream. All of these ideas are good dreams, but you got the plan for these things.
I failed a learning experience. I mean,
Man, I failed a whole bunch of times.
Yeah, okay, then so then you kept getting up. I failed a whole bunch of times too. You know,
And I'm saying-
you know how many times I went to the auction and bought cars whose engines and transmissions were bad, and I keep going.
But you know how many times I bought those bad cars?
Okay, so
I bought those.
and you keep
I bought
going.
those bad cars.
And you keep going. I mean, what am
No,
I
I
gonna do?
don't. Now I only buy new cars.
Nah, well, I mean,
only buy new cars.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, I bought new cars too. But I mean, when you're in the auction, I bought 10 to 15 cars at one time, and you know, 3 of them are bad, 3 engines bad, or 2 transmissions bad. You know what? But at a certain point, you know what? I didn't even send them back. You know what? I'm going to LKQ Crazy Rays, and I'm paying the guy to pull one or whatever, pull a transmission, pull the engine, whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? And at a certain point, we had so many engines and transmissions, I didn't even care if they were bad or not, because we had enough parts to go ahead and do what we had to do. So you learn from your mistakes, and it makes you wiser. So and we kept on going. So at a certain point, we just can't keep planning and planning. We have to make a move. We gotta press go, and then go, and then we gotta change it up and adjust. That's a good thing. Like I like it like sports. Okay, in the first half, you know, the score is 15 or 14-0. Okay, the second half, the team that has 0, they end up winning. You know, 28-14. You know why? They made adjustments. You gotta make adjustments, and then go from there.
But learn from each one of your mistakes.
Okay,
And I've learned.
Okay,
I'm not gonna make those mistakes twice.
okay.
And because I know you, and I know that you want to succeed, I'm not gonna let you make those mistakes. But I've been telling you subtly, very subtly I've been telling you. But now you insist on if we don't do it your way, you're going home. And I'm saying to myself, that's not good.
No, I'm saying I'm gonna do my own channel, and you can do this channel. Y'all do. I'll still back you, but I'm not gonna continue to wait on you, cause I can't have no one control my destiny. I'm a man, like you're a man, and it's like, okay, I'm waiting on Umar to feed me. No, I'm gonna eat.
Brother,
I'm not gonna wait.
I'm gonna
Okay,
make sure you eat, but
I'm gonna eat. Okay, then. Well, then
make
I
sure
can't wait. I can't wait on another man to feed me. Like I feel less than a man myself waiting on another man to say, okay, well, you can eat now. Nah, I'm gonna eat. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, you know, if I gotta go to the next route and do something on my own, then that's what I had to do.
But let me also inject this. I gotta take you home. And I wanna get home before you
I call you, sir. You ain't gotta take me home. I told you
No,
that.
Tim, I told her I would take you home.
Okay, no,
But I don't drive well in the dark.
I
Okay.
call you, serve.
I can, I have a car.
Okay.
I would rather go get home.
Huh?
So I'm saying that, I said that to say this. I gotta get ready to go.
Okay, I'll call you, sir.
It's 4 o'clock.
Okay, all right.
And if y'all wanna go, I'll take y'all home.
No,
But I have to get on that road.
all right.
Okay?
Well, how much more?
Okay. So we're just next week, what time?
We can-
Kevin,
Yes.
where you live at?
Excuse me, what
Oh,
time, what time,
Park
I'm
Heights.
trying to ask them.
I'll call you, sir. Don't worry about it.
What time next
You
week?
tell me not to worry about it. Don't talk to me like that.
Well,
I'm asking you something, you didn't answer my question.
I'll call you, sir. What time
We
is
got
it?
to
5
go
o'clock?
on time.
What did I ask you,
Where I
Kevin?
live at? Well, you, sir, gonna take me right to my
I
door.
didn't ask you that. I asked you where you live at.
Park Heights.
Oh, well, when y'all say,
Carnival.
maybe you're online. I don't think you're gonna get out of that.
Uh-oh.
But you see, I
She
take them home.
said, oh my.